Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stylist Lee, and if you're new, be sure to subscribe below. Today we're doing something very exciting today. I'm going to be demonstrating to you guys a super cute and super easy half up, half down style. We're going to be using hair from SL Raw Version Hair, and it's going to be in their loose curly collection. This is SL Raw Version Hair's loose curly collection in 26 inches. This is the hair we're going to be using today. I want you guys to keep watching and stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this transformation. As always, you want to make sure you start off on freshly clean hair, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to our sectioning. Once you've divided your hair into two quadrants, you want to make sure that you leave a small subsection where you can do this thin braid that you see that I'm doing here. And this hair is going to be used to cover the weft. As you follow along in this video, you will see how I incorporate this little piece of hair to blend in with the rest of our installation. So I decided to go ahead and add an additional braid on the side of her hair, behind her ear. And the reason for that is when the wind blows, I want everything to look seamless so it flows in with the hair extensions. Now, do understand that this is completely optional. You do not have to do this. If you're someone who likes to do low manipulation and you do not like to have to blend your install or your hairstyle, or you want to make it easier on your clients, then this option is optional and you do not have to do it, and you can omit it from your install. However, for this particular application today, I will be going ahead and showing you guys how this braid will benefit this installation. Currently, right now, all I'm doing is creating an anchor for the hair that I'm going to be sewing on in the back. And like I told you guys, we're only going to be using 2 bundles. So this installation is going to look very natural and very seamless. I'm going to be doing maybe about 5 or 6 braids. Like I said, braids will depend on the density of your client or yourself if you're demonstrating this on yourself. The smaller the braid, the more flatter the install looks. However, if you decide that you want to just do some big braids, I would advise that you use more extension hair because you want to make sure that you balance that out in the back. Now that I have completed with my braiding, I'm going to go ahead and seal this braid down by stitching it to the rest of the braids. Now the next option is completely optional. You have the option to either add a net onto your hair in the back where you're going to be sewing your hair, or you can just go ahead and do as I'm doing here and just sew it on. Like I said, this will depend on if it's comfort for your client or for yourself, depending on who you're demonstrating this on. And just a reminder, we are installing 26 inches of SL Raw Version Hair from their SL Raw Loose Curly collection. One of the great benefits of this hair is it's very soft. It can be worn straight or natural curly. Today I'm going to be styling it in its natural curly style, but one tip that you want to do when installing hair like this, especially raw version hair, you want to make sure that you don't cut the weft. So as you see here, I'm just flipping the weft, and the reason for that is I'll be able to reuse this hair in the future if I want to go ahead and reinstall it, or I want to minimize shedding. Sometimes when you cut the weft, that aggravates it, and it actually it makes the hairs unravel, and you may experience shedding in your install. So if you want to eliminate that, you want to make sure that you flip your tracks and don't cut your wefts. Now that we're coming closer to the end, you want to make sure that you get the tracks really close to your thin guide braid that we created in the beginning, because the closer it is, the more seamless and flowing it looks. It blends well with the hair the closer the wefts are sewn to the braid. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I blend it in just a second. Here comes the fun part. So right now what you see me doing is removing that guideline braid. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how all of this is going to come together. Now moving on to our ponytail creation. So here I'm going to go ahead and create an anchor braid, and it's just one little braid plait. Then I'm going to seal it with a rubber band. So I am not a huge fan of using glues or adhesives on hair, so I am sewing this down. I do realize that you guys cannot see exactly what I'm doing with the ponytail based on this angle, but do not worry. I do have a more detailed video that I'm going to reference in the above of this video. So right when you look up, you're going to see a pop-up. In that video, you'll be able to kind of see exactly what I'm doing. So right now I'll describe to you. I'm wrapping the wefts around. I kept it double because you do get a lot of hair in this SL Raw version hair weft, and I did keep it double, and I just wrapped it around the ponytail while sewing. Well, here is the finishes. I hope you guys like it. I went ahead and showed you guys how it looks fully up, so you guys can see how it's blended, and you can see the parting in the back. It looks completely natural. The ponytail looks absolutely flawless. We went ahead and took a little piece of hair and wrapped it around the ponytail piece and sprayed it down with a little spritz so that can stay in place. And that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and keep this hair nice and naturally wavy, curly-ish. And if you want, you can always go in and wand curl it. You can straighten it. Like I said, you have so many options on how you can style this hair. It's completely up to you.